Hey guys, I wanted to talk about Metfi Yielders. I've seen tons of videos going around this in the last week or two, and I finally got time to go in and look at it. And I don't know, there's some red flags that are thrown for me that nobody can really answer. And when there's something of this scale, I don't know, you can create a gigantic Ponzi scheme, and when they're this large, they can crash fast and hard if you don't know, what's happening, what kind of, because obviously there's got to be like a balance behind this or something. And the way that the guy, the owner, I mean, he's totally doxed. He does videos, shows himself and stuff like that. But the explanations that I've heard from him and others and how they provide the returns on this just do not make sense to me, and that it's kind of concerning. So the way this works is you basically deposit money and profits without risk. I don't know, if somebody says that I'm going to give you 3.3% every single day, every weekday, they don't do Saturdays and Sundays, that's like a big red flag if they say there's no risk there, because you're giving crypto and you deposit it and they give you that amount. I mean, you're basically every 30 business days you're doubling your money. That's what would happen. So this does not make sense how this could be viable and sustainable. There's no possible way. The way they say that you can get this return is they don't do trading. They're not allowed to because they don't have a license to trade in the companies in Australia. And what they're saying is they're lending out this money, and they're doing, they're borrowing, lending out this money, the crypto. And so whenever you deposit, you're basically being a bank and lending it out. But I don't know. I've seen a lot of lending sites for crypto that you can go get crypto, and the rates you can get is just borrowing are much lower than that. So I don't know of anybody that's borrowing for, if you're going to make basically 100% on your return, doubling your money in 41 days. I'm not sure if there's too many people out there that are willing to borrow, at that level. But I mean, of course, they'd have to make a little bit of money, so it'd have to be a little bit higher than that. So I don't know, it just kind of boggles my mind about how they could make that much return. That's one big flag, because I don't see where they're actually lending it out. There's nothing in the dashboard or anything. I created an account, I logged in, and all it's about depositing your money and getting referrals. I don't see anywhere on the platform that's doing any lending to anybody. I'm not sure if they have some other platform or they're doing it through other exchanges. I don't know. But I mean, when I log into my KuCoin account and I can lend money out, I'm not going to get that kind of return. So I don't know where they're lending this out, where people are actually borrowing at those rates. So that's one thing that's really bugs me. The second thing is, I've seen videos and people talk about this, that they're a registered company in Australia. I don't know what the process is in Australia for registering a company, but if it's anything like getting a business license in the US, I've done it. It took me about 5 minutes online, and I could print out a certificate that I had a business license in the US. So I don't know how legitimate that is, or if it can even be used as a source of verification. So that's number two. So number one being, I don't know where they're getting these returns. There's no transparency there. There's no, this is where we're lending this stuff out and this is how much we're bringing in. Number two, I don't know if, are they actually a verified business? Did they just go apply on some site somewhere? And number three is, they say that they're insured. One, anybody can say that they're insured. And I was watching videos from this guy, and some people did some AMAs on it, and I'll actually link where he talks about the insurance. And basically, the guy that owns the company doesn't know much about it. He says he's insured up to a certain point. He doesn't give any figures. He says that the insurance is very vague and he can't really explain it. So that's like a giant red flag for me. So, you know, I see a lot of people hyping this thing up and saying that it's the best and you can get all these returns. It's super, you know, stable, all this stuff. But I don't know. If it seems too good to be true and you can't see what's happening behind the scenes, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a skeptic, but I don't know. I've looked into lending, I've looked into borrowing and stuff, and these rates do not make sense for what they're doing. So they say that they're not doing, you're not being paid by other investors' deposits, but there's no visibility into that. There's no way to check the blockchain. There's no way to see what's happening with your money once it goes in. There's no way to verify this. So, you know, you're basically taking somebody's word for it on this thing. You know, maybe somebody else has some information. So if you do, go ahead and leave comments, comment below, and, you know, if you have information, please provide links to it and let us know what's happening here. If you have any visibility into how they're getting these returns, because the explanations I've heard just do not jive with basic math. So anyway, guys, that is my feelings on Metfi Yielders. Just in case anybody wants to know, I'm definitely not going to be getting into it. I'm not going to like try to, you know, build up on a pyramid scheme on their system, because that seems like what they're trying to do is just create. I did the math, and I think if you do the math on this, you get like 18% referral rewards on this thing, which is insane. And they give out these giant bonuses of like $2,500 and stuff like this. It's just, the money's got to come from somewhere, guys. Money, it doesn't just appear. It's not growing on a tree. It just doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, guys, go ahead and like the video if you like it. Hit subscribe if you want to hit subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.